Hello and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to play a HugeQuiz.com quiz. This one is a Blackout. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. It is NBA 2-team Blackout. So it's kind of like one of those grid games like Hoop Grid, but instead of trying to find like the most random or unique player possible, you're trying to find the player that leads the team, like both teams in points the most, has the most points scored between both teams, I guess. 100 being the most minimum points total among the two teams. I don't know if I explained it correctly then. I think that's what it is. The most minimum points total, though. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but we'll figure it out. And I'm going to refresh the page just so it gives me new teams, just because I've been sitting here for a little bit, but to give myself a fresh grid. Also, I do want to mention this. So this is the Patreon only video, but I am thinking about, I'm not sure if I will or not, but I'm thinking about also posting this one over onto other platforms as well as a bit of a sneak peek or a sample, for people to see what kind of goes on over on the Patreon. But that is my plan at the moment, at least. But let's see how this goes. So to start off, up here in the top left, I don't know if I should maybe zoom in, actually, now that I'm looking at this. I think I might zoom in. There we go. This is better. Does this work? Yeah, I think this will work. All right, there we go. So now to start though, and I guess I'll refresh it one more time since I just had to cut out me, rearranging the camera. Just so you guys know that I'm, not taking time to think about it. All right, Heat and Wolves is the first corner, and obviously the first guy I think of is Jimmy Butler. I doubt that there's anybody else that would be a better guess here if the game works the way that I think it does. 78. Okay, so there's somebody, because somebody's always going to be 100, I believe, is how that works. It's like a percentile scale. So the best possible answer is 100. Celtics and Wolves, though, I mean, Kevin Garnett. This is actually a really good shuffle here, it feels like so far, and that's 100. And then the Kings with the Wolves. Wolves. Did Chris Webber, he never played for the Wolves. Boogie never played for the Wolves, rather. Let's see. Sorry, I just got a text there. I'm gonna have to cut that out as well. Kings and Wolves. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. I'm going to click untimed though, just so I can speak and kind of, give myself time to make a proper video out of this game. The Mavs though, we'll move on to that one. Mavs, Wolves. Nobody comes to mind right away. Bulls, Wolves. Jimmy again. Can you use the same player twice? Are you able to do that? Let's see if you can. Jimmy Butler. You can. And somehow there was somebody a lot better. Maybe Derrick Rose. I don't think Derrick Rose had more Wolves points though than Jimmy did. Levine also could have worked. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Let's see if, there's no other marketing teams. I was thinking of doing Bulls marketing with either the Jazz or the Cavs, but neither of those teams are here. Magic and Heat. Magic, Heat. Feels like there's somebody. I don't know. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm pretty sure you have to type full name. So there we go. He's 100. With that's not a surprise. Honestly, makes a lot of sense. Celtics, Magic, could do Shaq again. Probably won't. Kendrick Perkins, did he ever play for the Magic? Glenn Davis for sure did, though. Glenn, 2 N's maybe? Maybe just 1 N. Glenn Davis. Yep, 1 N. He's a pretty good guess. Shaq might be number 1 for that also. Although I don't think Shaq has a lot of Celtics points. Kings, Magic. Nobody comes to mind right away. Magic, Mavs. So it feels like somebody should come to mind, but not right off the bat at least. Bulls, Magic. I feel like there's even more so than the last one. There should be somebody that is very obvious there. But I'm just going to try to do this first, go through it rapid fire first to get the ones that come off the top of my head, immediately. Heat, Hawks. Nobody comes to mind. Celtics, Hawks. That one's drawing a major blank. I don't think there's anything there for off the top of my head at least, I have no sense of a direction there. Kings, Hawks, I also... Oh, Kevin Herter. Kevin Herter is who I will go with. Huerter. And he's a 66. Mavs and Hawks. Luka was drafted by the Hawks technically. But as far as a player who's played for both teams, did Dominic Wilkins ever play for the Mavericks? I know he played for the Spurs, but I don't know if he ever played for the Mavericks. Oh, Bulls Magic is Vucevic. That's who I was thinking of, I think. Vucevic. There we go. And he's 100, yeah. Sorry, I had to cut out me clearing my throat like a maniac. Bulls and Hawks will be another one that feels like there should be somebody. Bulls and Hawks. I'm not sure off the top of my head, though. Heat and Pelicans. Heat Pels. Jamal Cain. Did Jamal Cain ever play for the Pelicans? Or does he might right now, actually. I can't remember how to spell his first name. I don't know if it's like the normal way to spell Jamal or not. I feel like there's like a apostrophe in it. Oh, he worked the way I spelled it. It was a 6, though. Very not great. But at least it was somebody that worked. A little bit more of a deep cut, though. Celtics, Pels. Feels like Josh Richardson. I don't feel like it's going to be great because he didn't play very long at either place. But he will work. And that's all I really want to do at the end of the day, is just get ones that work. I don't really care too much about the score. Yeah, he's only a 7. Kings, Pels. Bledsoe never played for the Kings, I don't think. Etuan Moore. Did Etuan Moore play for the Kings? Let's see. Etuan. This is one I might need help spelling. Etuan? No. Etuan Moore. Oops. Can't even spell Moore. Etuan Moore. I'm just going to do it without apostrophes. No. Oh, that worked. Etuan Moore. How did I spell it that time? Etuan. I think I did that. And that worked for Pels and Bulls. Etuan. Yeah. Okay. I think that makes sense. But if he played for another team, it might still give it to me. Etuan Moore. Yeah. No, it's just that one that it worked for. I feel like he's played for the Pistons, though. I don't know. That's one of those guys I can imagine playing for a lot of different teams, to be honest. Kind of a journeyman. Garrett Temple is another one, and he'll probably work for a few of these, to be honest. The Pelicans and the Kings, for sure. Garrett Temple will work for Pelicans and Kings. There we go. There's an 11. This is going to be the worst row of all time. Mavericks and Pels. Najee Marshall. That's a pretty good one, actually. Apparently those teams don't have a lot of overlap because he just played one season for Dallas. And he's a pretty young player. Only played a few years over in New Orleans. Now onto the Pistons row. We've got the Heat and the Pistons. Wayne Ellington is the first guy that comes to mind. So I'm going to go with him. He's a 50. Probably could have gone with a better person there, but not bad, especially compared to that row right above us. The Celtics and the Pistons. I almost said Isaiah Thomas because there's two people both named Isaiah Thomas. One played for the Celtics, the other played for the Pistons, obviously. At very different times. But that if you combine them into one person, that would be a pretty good guess there. Probably number one. I'll just move on, I guess. Although I feel like there's a lot of people that should work there. Celtics and Pistons. Feels like there's a lot of overlap. Blake Griffin barely scored at all for the Celtics, but he would work. Kings and Pistons. Huh. Nothing really comes to mind. Although, did Wayne Ellington also play for the Kings? He's another guy that I feel like I could see in any jersey. Mavericks and Pistons. I'm almost positive Wayne Ellington's played for the Mavericks, right? Again, it's probably just 2K messing with my head. Bulls and Pistons. Okay, there's definitely something that should work here. Richard Hamilton. He might be the best. Or Ben Gordon, actually. Wait, did Ben Gordon ever play for the Pistons? I just feel like he did. Yeah, Richard Hamilton wasn't the best guess. But Ben Gordon, I feel like would have been good if he played for the Pistons, which I think he did. And then Rodney Stuckey is another one that comes to mind, but I don't know if he ever played for the Bulls, to be honest. Not sure on that. Those guys are kind of older generation. I'm not 100% positive on all the stops of their career. Mavericks and Pistons, though, feels like there should be somebody there that we can get. Delonte West, did he ever play for the Pistons? Devin Harris. I don't think Devin Harris ever played for the Pistons. Pistons, Mavs. Oh, Mark Aguirre. Was he the one that got traded? He was, he got traded on the Bad Boy Pistons, right before the Bad Boy Pistons. He was on the Detroit Pistons and then got traded for somebody. Rick Mahorn, I believe, is who he got traded for. Mark Aguirre. Aguirre? Did he spell Mark weird? Mark Aguirre? Or am I just... Wasn't his name Mark Aguirre? Is that a baseball player? That's Mark Maguire, right? I'm not crazy. Mark Maguire is a baseball player. Mark Aguirre is the basketball player. How does that not work? This is one I'm going to have to look up just really quick for my own sanity's sake. Oh, there's 2 R's. Mark Aguirre. I guess I could have tried that. I don't know why I didn't think of that as an option. Mark Aguirre. Oops, there's 3 R's. And he's 100. There we go. See? That paid off, even though it was kind of cheating. I just wanted to know how to spell his name, I guess, at the end of the day. But I was pretty positive I was thinking of the right name. Kings, Pistons. That one doesn't... I don't know. Did Chris Webber play for the Pistons ever? He went to Michigan. So that would make sense, but I don't know if he ever did. I don't think he did. I think he was on the Wizards, the Warriors, and the Kings for sure. Those 3 I'm sure of. I don't know about anything else, I guess. Celtics and Pistons, though, like I said, feels like there should be somebody that works for that. Avery Bradley. Did Avery Bradley play for I think he played for the Pistons. Can't speak, but pretty sure he did. That's a 10. Kings, Wolves. I feel like I should be able to get somebody there. Also, Jordan McLaughlin. As a recent example. McLaughlin. Did I spell this wrong? Maybe it's probably only 1 C. I don't know why there would be 3 C's there. Yeah. McLaughlin. I don't know what that was about. He's only a 4, but at least he works. Mavericks and Wolves. Mavs, Wolves. Let's see. Back in the day, maybe. Let's go that route. Ricky Rubio has never played for the Mavericks. Sean Marion has never played for the Wolves. Jason Terry has never played for the Wolves. Sam Cassell. He played for the Wolves. I don't know if he ever played for the Mavericks. This is a weird one. I feel like these teams just don't share a lot of players. At least none that are coming to mind. Robert Covington has never played for the Mavericks. I feel like the Mavericks kind of keep a lot of their guys in-house, feels like. A lot of guys I can think of as Mavericks over the years just didn't really go many other places. Josh Howard. Did Josh Howard ever play for the... Wow, that's not how you spell Josh. Josh Howard. Did he ever play for the Wolves? He did. Wow, that was like a distant memory. That felt very vaguely familiar. Also, Gerald Green, I think, might have worked. Although I'm not sure he played for the Mavericks. But that was another guy that came to mind. Mavericks Magic, though, now that I'm looking at it, Jameer Nelson definitely played for the Mavs, right? Or is that like a figment of my imagination? Sorry, I just looked down. I think my phone's ringing. Never mind. I think it might have been a plane or a car or something driving by. I threw my phone on the ground so it wouldn't distract me, but then I thought it was ringing. Anyways, this has been a mess of a video to try to do in one take. That was the goal at the beginning. I don't know. There's going to be quite a bit of cuts probably. Kings and Magic, though, is the next one that I'm putting my eye on. And I feel like Jameer Nelson has played for both those teams also. Corey Joseph, for sure, has played for both those teams. Yep, there we go. Corey Joseph. Kings Pistons is the next one I'll look at just to finish off that lonesome little square down there. Pistons. Pistons, Kings. Marvin Bagley. He's not going to be a good guess, but he'll work. He's actually not as bad as I thought. Another one. Well, let's do Heat, Hawks. That feels like there should be some easy ones there. Heat, Hawks. Why is this one hard? It shouldn't be hard, I don't feel like. Jason Terry is not for that one, but I'm thinking Mavs, Hawks now. I feel like Jason Terry, did he ever play for the Hawks? Oops. Yes, he did. That's 100. I underestimated his Hawks days. Bulls, Hawks. Bulls, Hawks. Was Luol Deng ever on the Hawks? Nope, he didn't work. Hawks, Celtics. I don't know how I didn't think of this the first time. Al Horford is going to be number one without a doubt here. There we go. That was probably the surest selection I made this entire video. Even probably surer than... no, I'd say KG is definitely the... Those two, though, probably tied as number one. Because I thought Jimmy and the Wolves, I think, was this row. Yeah. I thought Jimmy and the Wolves with the Heat was going to be 100 also, and it was not. Can't remember what this one was. I wish that it kept the logos there. Just so you could, or just had, did it like an actual grid where it has the, on the side of the rows. But, got two more, obviously. Let's see what we can do. Keep it above 50. Try to raise it up a little bit as the average per square. Heat and Hawks. Sorry, somebody revving their engine outside. Took a bit of a pause. Heat, Hawks. I'm just going to have to cut out all this me thinking, though, too. Patty Mills. Did Patty Mills play for the Heat? I think he did. Did he play for the Hawks, though? He plays for the Hawks right now in my current 2K sim that I've been going through. He's on the Hawks right now in 2K. I don't think he was in real life, though. Let's try it, though. He was. He was on the Hawks? That sounds so wrong to me. He's on the Clippers now in real life. He might have been on the Hawks earlier. I don't know. He's bounced around a ton since he's left San Antonio. His longest stint, I feel like, was with Brooklyn after San Antonio, but which that was actually a combination on one of the earlier, I think the first grid that was here before I refreshed the page. So he would have worked there. Anyways, for this current one, though, Bulls Hawks is the one I'm going to try to finish off. Another one that I feel like shouldn't be hard. Thad Young. Did he ever play for the Hawks? Thaddeus Young. Also might be spelling Thaddeus wrong. Thaddeus Young. Let me just go Thad. Nope. Just didn't work. He never played for the Hawks, I don't think. Bulls. I was thinking Gallinari for a second with the Hawks, but yeah, never played for the Bulls. Did Lou Williams ever play for the Bulls? He had a lot of stops in his career before. Maybe it'll make me type his full name. Louis Williams. Yeah, no. Not correct. Jordan Crawford. I don't know why that took me so long to think of. And apparently just be wrong about. Jordan Crawford does not work. He should 100% work. How is this wrong? I'm confused right now. Wait, maybe he didn't play for the Hawks. Maybe I'm just thinking of Jamal Crawford, which actually should be the guy that I said obviously about. He's number one. Yeah, okay. Or wait, I think my eyes just got rearranged. Where was the Hawks row at? Was it this one? Yeah, because this one was the... What row was this? It was the... So Garrett Temple is somebody that I thought of there, I believe. This one was Marvin Bagley. So this one was the Pistons. Garrett Temple played for the Kings and also the Pistons, but who are these people here? And how did I not notice the one? Who did I get this one? I hate this. I hate that it does not show you what teams were originally here, or what, teams belong in the rows. It was Wolves. Yeah, already on the second row. Don't know. But Wolves was the top row. Pistons were the bottom. Hawks were somewhere. Was Hawks this? Was Garrett Temple on the Hawks? No, I think Hawks was this. Hawks was one of these two rows, I think, actually. Oh, yeah, the surest one. Yeah, Hawks was this row for sure. Al Horford was that. Okay. I'm glad I got that figured out for my own sake. Jamal Crawford was this box right there. So he was not number one, but very close. He might be number two. And we did meet my goal of staying over 50% per square. I think these were the last two that I did. So that's why it brought it down a little bit. I think we were at 51.1 or something like that when I said that. But anyways, thank you for watching. That'll be it for this week's video for the Patreon only videos. And hopefully I put this out on other platforms as well. And in which case, please consider, if you enjoyed watching this, please consider subscribing on the Patreon. It helps us out a lot. The tiers are pretty cheap. It's only $1 and $5 tiers. Both of those tiers give you access to these videos per week or every week. And then also if you are on the $5 tier, that gives you special shout outs on the podcast episodes. And so those will be the perks for those tiers. But yeah, we would just really appreciate it. It's mostly just for if you feel the kindness of your heart, wanting to help out, try to make this dream a reality, allowing me to make more and more content on the channel, on the platform, with Hoop Theory in general. That would be much appreciated. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys next video.